Fifth and sixth are most practical points which we consider before, I mean, when taking decision to operate on the endometrioma. That's one, inability to access the follicles. So logistic problem. The developed follicles are situated behind the endometrioma. Your tip of the needle, while your ovum pickup is not able to reach that follicle, and you have fear that you might have to, pass through the endometrium, and which is never think about doing that. So you have to operate on this endometrium. And second, more than 3-4 centimeter endometrioma, even if it is asymptomatic, and bilateral endometrioma. Of course, I do not believe in operation on bilateral, but it has been advocated by Dones, because Dones believes strongly that all endometrioma should be operated before going for IVF, because he believes that the endometrioma is a progressive disease. If you, even if it is asymptomatic, if you keep like that, there is a progressive decline in the follicle. So it definitely affects. So you should not leave behind the endometrioma, especially when the patient is young. So the same thing we discussed. Then open or laparoscopy, there is no point in discussion. Laparoscopy is always better. Now this is again very important slide. What about the conservative endometrioma surgery? Surgery more conservative. You should operate. You can afford to remain conservative if unable to restore a tubo-ovarian relationship, and there is high chance of patient going for IVF. So if you are operating, and because your competence is not enough, and if you think that the TO relation is so severely disturbed and tubes are so badly damaged that even after restoration, even after complete operation, we will have to go for IVF. So in such patient, you just you can remain more conservative. You can just clear the peritoneal adhesions and adhesions which were there in the ovarian fossa, and you can go ahead with the IVF. Only taking care of deep infiltrating disease under ovary without disturbing the cyst will take care of the pain related to endometrioma. This is very important point. When you are operating on the severe endometriosis, you think that you want to go for IVF, but because of the painful lesion, you are operating. But this pain is primarily because of the deep infiltrating disease which is present under the ovary, not because of the endometrioma. So if you can tackle this deep infiltrative disease, you are through, and pain will be gone. The operating on asymptomatic small endometrioma doesn't increase the ART outcome, so it's not trying. And excision of endometrioma is recommended to increase the spontaneous pregnancy rate instead of drainage and coagulation, we all know. So this is very important point. And 12 months, small and slow restoration starts after 6 months. The fall may be more, and restoration is less with the bilateral endometrioma. I'm repeating, fall is more and restoration is less with the bilateral endometrioma. But it is important to note that the decline is same irrespective of the age. So it is not like that the older age they have a rapid decline. The rate of decline is same. This is another slide. We know that there is up to 40% fall in the serum AMH after cystectomy. Some more evidence, hyaline tissue that has been dealt by the surgical person, Dr. Krishna Kumar has clearly dealt about this. This is about the combined technique. Start with the excision, and when you reach the hilar tissue, because the hilar tissue is rich in follicles, so instead of cutting into this tissue, you should vaporize, you should use bipolar energy for hilar tissue, which will cause a less damage. What is the proof? The proof is here. If you use combined technique, the ovarian volume, there is hardly any difference in the ovarian volume. There is hardly any difference in the AFC count. So this is a good technique when you're operating. operating on the endometrioma. But this paper has changed. Start thinking about the respecting the surgical technique. So this is our own Indian paper from Pratha Kumar and
We are not able to hear you, sir.
Hello, hello, Dr. Korodia sir, we are not able to hear you.
Hello.
Hello.
Yeah, anyway, yes, I think covered quite a lot. I think
Yeah.
later on take him in questions only. You start now. उनको बताएंगे. उनका just phone करके बोलो कुछ तो भी problem है. Now I think you should take over and we
I'll do your
can.
introduction. I'll introduce you, sir.
उनका screen को बंद कर दो बोलो नहीं तो उनका share screen should not continue.
Am I audible, sir?
Yes, you are audible.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, moving on to the last topic for today, I invite Dr. Pandit Paraskar, sir. He is at present the president of Aurangabad OBGYN Society, a gynecological endoscopic surgeon and IVF specialist, chairman of Endoworld Hospital Aurangabad, one of its kind at par with international standards in the area Aurangabad and around it. And he's also treasurer Indian Association of Gynec Endoscopists IAGE, chairperson of Endoscopy Committee AMARCS Maharashtra, invited as operating faculty and guest speaker at national and international conferences all over India and abroad. He has published papers in national and international journals. The center is recognized by FOXY and IAGE for training in endoscopy, infertility, and USG. He has trained over 800 gynecologists from India and abroad. I invite Dr. Pandit Paraskar, sir, and also he'll be talking today on the topic management of adenomyosis. Welcome, sir.
hello, एक minute.
Hello.
Can you hear? तुम्हारा आवाज आ रही है?
Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Hello.
Yes. Am I audible?
Sir, we will take the rest of the session during question and answer.
Okay, fine. That we can do. No problem. No problem.
Yeah.
Fine.
You stop sharing your screen.
I see. Okay, fine.
Yeah.
Can I give the final concluding remarks? It's very important.
Yeah, you can give, sir.
Thank you.